Welcome to Swedish Geek News October 2024. I'm gonna tell you everything that's happening in Swedish geekdoms, and there's actually a lot of things happening that you don't want to miss if you're a proper geek. Or if you're an improper geek, I don't care, I'm not judging. Anyway, before I get into that, let me talk about things that's already happened. First of all, there was NärCon Expo in Södertälje. So you all know about NärCon, the humongous convention that takes place in July every year, and also in February, NärCon Winter. So NärCon Expo was a new thing for 2024. It's a bit smaller, I'm not gonna lie, it's a lot smaller than NärCon July, but it was still fun, with a lot of cosplay, cool people that went there, myself for example, hint hint, and also competitions and events and things to do. So yeah, it really felt like a smaller version of NärCon, a condensed version of NärCon. And then there was another event in October, Moderskeppet 3, the Mothership, the 3rd edition. It caters towards a slightly different crowd than NärCon. It's more about, well, looking at hardware, playing games, and having a couple of beers as well before you go to the dance floor and enjoy chip tunes and lots of other cool geek music. If you missed either of these events, make sure you check out my videos about them. I have them on the channel here somewhere. I'm not sure if I'm gonna post a link, so I'm gonna look pretty stupid when I'm pointing like this otherwise. Anyway, there were other things happening in October as well. AvestaCon, for example, which takes place in the town of Avesta, obviously. I haven't been to that one, but it looks like a pretty standard con, a little bit smaller than the NärCon. Again, everything's smaller than NärCon. It goes without saying. But I would like to visit it. It's just other stuff comes in between, so I can't go to every convention, unfortunately. And then there was also Spelkongress 24, arranged by Fria Ligan, the Free League. You know, the people behind the, well, what's called Väsen, yeah, the role-playing game. So it's a more role-playing focused event, but still a lot of fun if you have that type of inclination in your geekiness, which I have as well, so I would have liked to go there, but again, too many things happening. And finally, I also need to mention Game Dev Stockholm at Avalance Studios. That's more for game developers, so it was talks about, well, technical mumbo-jumbo about game development. But it's also a mingling event, so even if you don't speak code, you could go there to meet developers and, well, maybe network. Yeah, I'm just gonna call it networking. It's networking. It's a networking event. So if you enjoy networking, that's the geeky stuff that you might have wanted to check out. It's too late now. Well, all of that is things that's in the past. You missed it, so no use crying over spilled milk. Let's talk about things that you can attend that's happening in October and November. First of all, on October 24, there's a game conference for devs arranged by Game Summit Sweden. So October 24, it's a Thursday. They're going to talk about, well, game development, obviously. But maybe more importantly, they also have an after party called Night of the Devs. And that's something that might appeal to slightly more people. It's also a networking opportunity, of course, but I think it could be fun to attend. I can't go. Sorry. Still, I would have loved to go, but yeah, maybe if you go there, tell me if it was any fun. And after that, let's talk about October 25 to October 27. It's in the weekend. That's when Confusion happens in Gothenburg. Confusion is another convention, and that's, you know, the drill. Convention, it's going to be cosplay, it's going to be board games, it's going to be all kinds of geeky things happening. I would have loved to attend that one as well. There's a reason why I'm not attending it, though. I'm going to get to that one very soon. Confusion isn't the only event happening that weekend, though. There's also MatariCon in Stockholm, and MatariCon comes from the name Matari in Japanese, a word in Japanese that means to relax. So it's supposedly a very relaxing convention. It's an anime convention, more focused on, I would assume, manga and anime. Once again, I haven't been there, and there is a reason for that. Why haven't I been to all of these cool things? I'm soon getting to that. But before that, I need to mention Klossfestivalen. Also, that's in weekend. It's happening in Stockholm on the Saturday, October 26th. And it's not a Lego festival because they can't use the Lego trademark, so they call it the Block Festival, Klossfestivalen instead. Cheeky little buggers, aren't they? But all of that's happening in the same weekend, and I can't go because I'm attending Syntax Error Halloween on the Saturday, October 26th. Now, that is something you don't want to miss, or maybe you do want to miss it, but I wouldn't recommend it. At least if you have any inclination towards chiptune music, games, and dressing up, because there's going to be a cosplay competition, or at least dressing up competition. There's going to be a lot of games, a lot of people, at least I hope, so you need to go as well. And there's going to be, well, some drinking, I'm not going to lie, quite a bit of drinking, most likely. And of course, it's going to be a huge venue. It's going to be bigger than the normal Syntax Error. If you don't know what Syntax Error is, it's the premier nightclub of Stockholm. Once per month, there's a Geek nightclub that takes place, and I have to say that it's pretty awesome. I might be a little bit biased, but I like it. I try to attend everyone I can. And that's October, but let's talk about November as well, because there's quite a few big things happening in November. And the first really big one is Comic-Con Stockholm. 3 days of geeky goodness that takes place in Stockholmsmässan. Yeah, it's called Stockholmsmässan in Älvsjö. So I'm a little bit worried about that one, because this is the third year that they're going to switch venues. So it used to be in Kistamässan. Now they're switching to, well, last year they switched to Stockholmsmässan. Sorry, I keep forgetting the name. And they are going to switch halls this year. So last year they were in the East Hall, I think, and now they're going to be in the West Hall. So it's going to be yet one new venue, sort of, for this convention. Or should I say exhibition, rather? Yeah, this huge exhibition. Either way, it's going to be awesome. I'm going to be there all 3 days. I'm going to be recording. I'm not sure what I'm doing with my hands, but I try to show holding a camera. I'm going to be recording. I'm going to be interviewing people. I'm going to be cosplaying. I'm not sure which one, but I think I have something cool coming up. For example, a John Lee cosplay with Aishtaha included as well. If you don't know what that means, it's Genshin Impact. Anyway, maybe I'll do my what's called Gale from Baldur's Gate 3 as well. And maybe something else. Maybe it's going to be 3 different ones. Not sure. Either way, be there or be square, or don't be there. But please go there, because it's going to be awesome. I love Comic-Con Stockholm. And what else is happening? Well, on November 9, so the 9th of November, that's a Saturday, there's going to be a nerd flea market, and that's arranged by Nerd Events, a very cool group of people in, actually, where are they located? Yeah, they are in Stockholm, in Sundbyberg, I think. And awesome people, they arrange cool geek markets. I actually made a video of one earlier this year, so make sure you check it out if you're curious what you can find at these geek markets. And other than that, November 15, let's talk about that as well. That's a Friday, and then there's a Pirate Friday at Kappa Bar in Stockholm. There's a lot of Stockholm focus now, but that's because I live in Stockholm, so yeah, that's the ones I'm focusing on myself. But either way, if you don't live in Stockholm, move here. It's cool in Stockholm. Sorry for that. Anyway, so Pirate Friday, people are dressing up as pirates and having a few beers and playing games. What's not to like? Moving on, we have November 17. That's a Sunday. Then there's a Games and Geek Market arranged by, well, Games and Geek Market. I think they're called that. But I have yet to attend a single one of these. They have started to have these markets in Uppsala, in Stockholm, and in a couple of other places in Sweden as well. And I missed them all for some reason. It's always on a Sunday, maybe because I'm not going to say hungover, because I try to give the impression that I'm not always hungover. But anyway, maybe it's because I'm hungover. But let's talk about something else instead of my shame. Let's talk about November 22 to November 24. That's a weekend, and that's when DreamHack Winter takes place. And it's not going to be in Jönköping any longer. It's going to be in Stockholm instead. So they moved it here to Stockholm. That's a bit contentious for many reasons. First of all, I mean, Jönköping, where they usually have DreamHack, that's really the heart of that type of geekdom, the land, the whole experience. And they're really switching away from the land feeling with DreamHack. Nowadays, it's more of a exhibition for companies to promote their stuff. And there's a bit of cosplay as well. There's a bit of other stuff happening. There is a land still, but it's quite small compared to how it used to be. Maybe that's because people don't want to land anymore, but we'll see. Either way, I was in Jönköping last year, and I'm going to be at the DreamHack Winter this year as well. In fact, they actually allowed me in on their content creator corner thingy, so I'm there on the page. They're advertising me for some reason. I'm not sure why. What did I do? Who did I do indecent things to make this happen? No, I'm not telling. Anyway, so yeah, I'm probably going to walk around and do much of what I do at Comic-Con. Film stuff, have a few laughs and interview people. You know the drill. And then let's move on. Actually, let's not move on. Let's talk a little bit more about DreamHack. So you know that there's, or maybe you don't know, in that case it's good that I'm telling you, there's going to be a new event in Jönköping next year. Because people were saying that, well, LAN is more fun than what DreamHack has become. And now that DreamHack is moving away from their origins in Jönköping, let's start a new event. So it's going to be a LAN-focused event. You know, people are going to be sitting, smelling badly and playing video games all weekend. Yeah, sorry, I'm not judging, I promise. So, I have no idea how that's going to be. It would be fun to go to that one. I hope it's good. I hope I'm going to have vacation when it happens. Then I could just, rent a car and go down there to see what's happening. It would be fun to check it out. Anyway, let's move on. That's way too much in the future. That's too far. Let's talk about November 30 instead. That's another Saturday. Most things happen on a weekend for some reason. Strange that. Then it's going to be Nördarnas julmarknad, the Nerds Christmas Market. And I've also covered this event on my channel. So yeah, make sure you check it out if you're curious what it's all about. But this year it's going to be even bigger. I think I met Emma at Moderskeppet. I think she said that they're renting both halls this year. So it's twice as big, twice as cool, and twice as many events happening during the market. It's not just a flea market. It's actually turning into a pretty big event. So I would recommend that you check it out. It's in Solna in Stockholm. November 30. And finally, sorry, frog in my throat. Finally, let's talk about November 30 as well. It's the same day. I was putting up, maybe I was overselling the transition there. Anyway, the same day on the evening, you can go to Syntax Error, the nightclub that I mentioned before. It's in Stockholm, Hornsgatan 62, H62 in Stockholm. Go there. It's going to be really fun. I'm going to be there, of course, after I've filmed stuff at the Nerds Christmas Market. Again, I'm not sure why I'm doing this when I want to show that I'm filming. Anyway, enough. Let's move forward. I'm just going to mention 2 things in December as well that you might not want to miss. Unfortunately, I'm going to miss both of them because I'm going to be on vacation then. I'm not going to tell you where I'll be because you'll be so jealous. Anyway, I'm going to do some diving and it's going to be really warm. Guess where I'm going. Anyway, Saturday, December 14, that's when Tech Noir Svart Lucia takes place. Black Lucia. It's not about ethnicity. How do you say that word? This is about a feeling instead. It's a goth noir thing. And then on December 21st, I need to mention, also a Saturday, I need to mention that there's going to be a syntax error holiday special. I don't know what they've planned yet, but it's a special, so it's probably pretty special, I would assume. I would have loved to go to that one, but sorry, gonna be away diving instead. So yeah, I shan't complain. But make sure you go there and please tell me how it is. If you like it, if it for some reason wasn't as good as I'm trying to tell you now, then let me know as well. And I guess that's about it. No, I'm going to mention one more thing. Something that's always happening that you might not want to miss is every Monday there's something called Moderskeppet. The Monday Club. They meet in Old Town in Gamla stan at Sjätte tunnan. Search for Moderskeppet Sjätte tunnan and you'll find a Facebook event. If you don't use Facebook, then just go there. It's going to be fun. It's basically every Monday there's a different geek theme. So sometimes it's videos from a demo party, sometimes it's Japanese videos, and sometimes it's games. A game release was last year, for example. So it's really fun. It's a small group of geeks and nerds that like to have a few beers and hang out. I guess there are a few of these events have something to do with beer, but it's not all beer. As you heard, it's Comic-Con, it's NärCon, things that are very, very family-friendly as well. So I hope that I'm not excluding anyone. And also, I did forget about something. Sorry. Let's rewind. I'm trying to show a rewind of some sort to November 16 to 17. The weekend of November 16 to 17. That's when SmashCon is happening. The reason I thought of that is that, SmashCon is a board gaming convention. There's not going to be any beer, so if I'm talking too much about stuff like that, then this will suit you just perfectly. It's all about board games. I think there might be a little bit of role-playing games as well, but it's primarily a board gaming event. So make sure you check it out. I think it's in, let me see, let me Google that for you. Where is it? It's going to be in Huddinge. So south of Stockholm, or the south of Stockholm, depending on how you view it. SmashCon 2024. And those are basically the things happening in Swedish geekdom right now. At least the events. I thought I'd take this opportunity as a public service announcement to just tell you about stuff so you don't miss it. I'm going to try to post links to everything I've talked about in the description, so make sure you check it out. And you know the drill. Like and subscribe, but most importantly, remember to stay geeky out there.